2020 vision, co-creating breakthroughs and dreams, crushing fear and distortion. I have the honor of being in the space of mastery today. This is Mr. Colin Brady. What's up, sir?
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah. So Colin has worked with the likes of Steve Jobs, George Lucas, Steven Spielberg. Like, what are you guys doing here? This is like craziness. I got dragged here by the #1 life insurance agent in the world, and I'm like, I'll give you a favor and come here. And I'm like, I don't want to leave. This is a remarkable space.
You know, I feel like I think we're just like a bunch of big kids playing in a big sandbox. Every single person here is kind of like their own master of their own department. And we're mixing video game technology with traditional animation technology used in all the big feature films. So we're bringing those things together, making animation better, faster, cheaper.
Yeah, like disrupting and reframing the way animation is done. That's what I'm hearing today.
Absolutely.
Yeah, from a guy that was the director, at least for a long time, on Toy Story 2 and involved in Toy Story 1 in a huge way.
Absolutely,
correct?
Right.
And so what was it like to be working on Toy Story?
Right.
Like, what was that whole
So back then, that was before Pixar became a household name. We were just a bunch of guys and women just in a small warehouse near San Francisco.
Yeah.
And no one knew what we were doing. In fact, Disney thought of us as just the lunatic fringe division of Disney. So we were just doing this crazy stuff, mixing computer animation with storytelling. And Steve Jobs was very supportive in those days. And so when the thing became a big hit, we were all kind of surprised. It was bigger than we expected. And I feel it's kind of like that time right now.
It's amazing. I feel that too. Like, I was really excited, and thanks Mike so much and Deborah Gaylord for bringing us here. And I was like, you know, I love magical things.
Sure.
I think people want more money and less time with more magic in their life.
Absolutely.
And this is a center of creating magic. And when you were, I think a lot of people wouldn't know this. I certainly didn't. What did Steve Jobs have to do with any of this? I associate Steve Jobs, obviously, at Apple.
Right.
Had no idea that he was involved in any way in animation.
Sure, no, absolutely. I mean, he was smart enough to recognize that Pixar was a valuable thing. He bought it from George Lucas for $10 million, and then it became a $7 billion company that he sold to Disney.
Do most people know that? Am I just ignorant in that? Okay.
So Steve got kicked out of Apple, and then came back in a really big way. But when he was kicked out of Apple, he was kind of looking for purpose. He knew that computer graphics was the way of the future. He knew that buying this studio that actually at the time, George Lucas didn't know what to do with. He started it as a division of Lucasfilm. He sold it to Steve Jobs, and Steve was just our biggest supporter, biggest fan. He smartly knew that he did not want to be the director or the writer. He didn't even really know animation, but he hired the best people he could and put them in charge. We're doing the same thing here. Each one of these people here, each person at the studio has a lot of authority. They have a lot of creative input. And so I don't run this as some kind of authoritarian dictator. Yeah. I hire the best people, and together we collaborate. We have a brain trust, and we all are looking at our shows and saying, is that going to be a hit? If it's not going to be a hit, why not? So we really trust the team.
Yeah, and this is Animagic Studios, is that correct?
Absolutely, Animagic Studios.
And if you can have it all your way,
yeah,
and everything goes the way you want,
right.
Where does this end for Animagic Studios? Like, what happens in the world of animation and for Animagic?
Sure. Well, so we want one of these shows certainly to be a billion-dollar property. Our goal is that one of these becomes the next SpongeBob, something like that. We want something to be so big that it becomes a household name. Wow. We want characters that make little toys, very good toys. We want characters that are iconic enough to be put on backpacks and pajamas, and make spin-off movies. So that's, on one level, we want really popular characters, but we also want to revolutionize the way these things are made. We want to make TV shows that are so inexpensive and high quality that people can be more aggressive with the kind of storytelling that they want to tell, with the messages they want to bring to the world, and knowing the responsibility of what we're creating here. We're creating messages and stories that do go out to the entire world. So it's not just about making money. We have a train. We have a highway that's been created that we're jumping on with a bullet train, and we're bringing really good storytelling and characters with great themes and great messages. We want to bring that to the world.
Okay. When we talk about ecosystem mergers, like what comes up for me right now is influencers influencing influencers to merge ecosystems for 1 + 1 = 1 trillion relationships to make the world an even greater place. That's what's happening here. And by the way, Colin, as you may know, we're all blind because you see things that other people don't see, and we're all just learning to see. Thank you, brother.
Thank you very much.
Awesome.